Welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Pastor Rick Utze from Maranatha Community Fellowship in Plain City, Ohio. You know, I've been driving around my wife's car for quite a while now, and she has too, obviously. And I've noticed that over time, her headlights have gotten dimmer. There's this film, there's this yellowing of the headlight cover that's been happening, and it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And now when you drive it, it's like you can hardly see. There's so little light getting through the headlight cover. And so I decided, well, I'm going to try and fix this. So I went into the auto parts store and picked up this headlight lens restorer. And it's supposed to take that dirty lens, that yellowing lens, and make it like new. And so I bought this thinking, I wonder how hard it's going to be to get this to work. And so I actually let it sit on the shelf for quite a while because I thought, there's like 5 or 6, 4 steps and then an additional step. And so finally one day I said, this is ridiculous. It's actually unsafe. Let me just go ahead and try it. And when I did the first step, it says that if the first step works, you don't have to do the others. And lo and behold, it actually took it off. It took this yellowing stuff, and it really does look like the headlight shield is about brand new. And I was just amazed that it worked like advertised. And so as I was thinking about that, I was thinking about light, and it reminded me that we're supposed to be lights for Jesus Christ. It says in Philippians 2, it says, "Dear friends," this is out of verse 12, "Dear friends, you always followed my instructions when I was with you. Now that I am away, it is even more important. Work hard to show the results of your salvation, obeying God with deep reverence and fear. For God is working in you, giving you the desire and the power to do what pleases Him. Do everything without complaining and arguing, so that no one can criticize you. Live clean, innocent lives as children of God, shining like bright lights in a world full of crooked and perverse people." So this is saying, hey, obey God, be obedient to Him. You know, the verses just before this are some of the most well-known verses on humility, that Christ came down as a human being. He came down as a servant in the form of man, and that He was obedient to God even to death on the cross. He died for you and me, being obedient to His Heavenly Father. And He's saying, hey, you need to work hard at being obedient to God because you're children of God. And you're supposed to be bright lights in this dark world. And, you know, it's God, though, that's working in you and giving you the desire and power to discern and to do His will. It's not just our own righteousness and our own goodness and our own strength. It's God that's working in you to give you the power to do that. It's God that's taken this cleaning agent on us, right? We were justified before Him, and now that we're supposed to live like it. We're supposed to be lights and examples as Christ was our example. We're supposed to follow in His footsteps. And it goes on, actually, Jesus Himself in John 12, soon before His death, said, "My light will shine for you just a little longer. Walk in the light while you can, so that darkness will not overtake you. Those who walk in the darkness cannot see where they are going. Put your trust in the light while there is still time. Then you will become children of the light." And saying these things, Jesus went away and was hidden from them. It says, walk in this light. Jesus said, I'm not going to be here much longer. Walk in this light. He was the light, right? He says, walk in it so that darkness will not overtake you. I think sometimes in our Christian lives, we tend to just slide right along, going with the flow. And I think just like the headlights, when they were new in the vehicle, they were nice and bright. There wasn't this film. And over time, it just built up and built up and built up. And I think in our own lives, if we're not careful, if we're not working hard, if we're not discerning, if we're not allowing God's Holy Spirit to work in and through us, if we're not in His Word to know what His will is for our lives, it tends to get a film. And all of a sudden, we're no longer the examples that we should be. We're no longer looking like Jesus Christ. People no longer see His love flowing through us. And so that is a danger that we don't want to get to. And so Jesus calls us children of light. We are now the light of the world, as He told us. And we are to go out with His love. And so here's the bottom line. You and I are supposed to be shining like bright lights in a dark world. You know, it got to the point in my wife's vehicle where we just left the lights on bright all the time because it was so dim that we needed to in order to be able to see where we were going. And not once did a person flash their lights at us because our lights were on bright. Normally you pass somebody with their lights on bright, they'll flash you to say, turn them down. You know, I wonder in our world today if anybody sees us as bright lights or we're dim like the lights on my wife's car before we used the lens restorer. You know, I hope we are shining as bright lights. If not, get back into God's Word. Be able to discern what His will is. Do what pleases Him. His Holy Spirit will be with us and guide us if we're seeking Him, diligently seeking Him in His Word. That's how the Holy Spirit works in our lives, through the very words of God, through the words that were inspired by the Spirit, who gives us help as we walk in our daily lives. And if you don't know Him, it says put your trust in the light, and He'll come in and restore you so you can have life and shine brightly for Him also. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Bottom Line.